All righty, folks, welcome to What It Takes, a mini-series where I ask the same questions to elite coaches, and they talk about what it takes to become an elite coach. I'm your host, Kevin Shaw, and today we are talking with 12-star Diamond and 3-time elite coach, Candice Talbot. Candice, welcome to What It Takes.
Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. Candice, before we get started, tell us just a little bit about yourself.
All right, so I am a mom of 3 from Boston. I've been with my husband for about 14 years, and I have a crazy busy life, just like everybody else, and have somehow managed to build this business amongst
Yes, you are just like everybody else. We all have crazy lifestyles, but you did make it work. So fun to say your title and how many times you've been elite. Let's dive into those questions. Number 1, Candice, how were you introduced to Beachbody?
Oh, this is funny. So I had posted on Facebook that I was going to eat salads every day for the rest of my life. I was obviously having a moment, and a friend of mine from high school reached out and asked me if I wanted to try Shakeology. Well, I was like, why not? She sent me a couple packets with the little booklet on what Shakeology is, and I was sold before I even drank it. And after 4 days, I drank the shakes and I needed it and I ordered it, and the rest is history.
So you were sold on Shakeology, not any of the programs, straight up Shakeology.
No, in fact, what's really funny is I was very against home workouts, and I just thought I would be purely a Shakeology coach. I thought that I didn't need the home workouts, that I could just get by with the Shakeology. So my history is I was a fitness competitor when I was in my early 20s. So I felt like the only way I could get in shape was going to the gym.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. Until one day my husband said, why don't you just order a program and do it? Your kids are 3 and 1. You're always complaining. Just order something. So I did. And what do you know? I got really good results, and I posted a picture of myself flexing on Facebook during this journey, and that was it. It was like in the program, I was hooked.
I'm a fitness competitor. I don't think I knew that about you. That's fun.
Yeah.
All right. So, Candice, now that you're a coach, can you describe what those early days look like for you?
So those early days were really made up of hustling. I was hustling because I couldn't afford my shake. I was a stay-at-home mom with a 3 and 1-year-old. I was barely making $100 a week bartending. So paying for my shake every month was really difficult. So I would really sweat in between auto ship payments. So I was getting Shakeology in as many people's hands as possible, because I wanted them to try it. I wanted them to experience what I was experiencing. And it was just a matter of time before people caught on to why I was feeling good, why I was sharing so much on social media. They all signed up, and it was just me sharing between relatives, family, anybody who would listen, even the guy at the gas station.
And that's how you get it done. How you get it done. Very cool. So what do you feel are some attributes or habits you have that contribute to your success?
So I have a really clear vision of what I envision for my family. I see things, I know what I want, and I have a no settle attitude. Like, I am never going to, say, oh, well, maybe I can't have that. No, I will have it. It's I will, not an if. I'm always talking in terms of when it happens, not if it happens. And I've been like that from day one.
Very cool. Yep. I love that. Love that drive that you have. So what advice do you have for a brand new coach who doesn't know where to start? What can they start doing today to achieve long-term success?
Okay, what I recommend you start doing today is you fully immerse in a program. I know you've probably heard that before, but do a program from start to finish. Do a meal plan from start to finish. I was I want to say anti-meal plan, even with 21 Day Fix and 21 Day Fix Extreme, until I was in the Shift Shop test group and got the best results. Now I'm like, between Shakeology and the workouts, you need to do a meal plan. So just do it. Find something that works for you. Put that meal plan together. You have so many foods to choose from those lists. It's so easy when you have so many options. So put it together, get in a challenge group, obviously, gather some friends to do it with you, and just do it. And when you're done, right as you're approaching the end, already think about what you're going to be doing next. So that has just been what I've been doing from like day one is like, okay, now what's next and what's next? And I stay plugged into the system. And don't get me wrong, it's not always rainbows and butterflies. Like, there's days where my back hurts or, somebody's sick or I'm sick, but at the end of the day, I always get back on the wagon. And that's just a constant in my business.
Yep.
And for a coach to do that, that's going to be a huge component to them being successful.
Could not agree more. That's exactly right. Coaches who are listening, if you're new to this business, Candice nailed it right on the head. That's exactly what you need to be doing. I know it sounds so simple, but it really makes a difference when you really dive into exactly what she just said. Well said, Candice. Okay, so what about the coach who is struggling or is thinking about giving up? What advice do you have for them?
Okay, so here we go. I'm so glad you asked me this question because I will tell you that in my almost 5 years as a coach, this business isn't just this all the time. It's peaks and valleys, it's ups and downs, and we need to really embrace the lows. Even though the lows sometimes are so bad, and you sit there and go, wow, I'm not as good as this as I thought I was on the first day I signed up to be a coach, or gosh, this isn't as easy as I thought it would be. Well, I'll tell you something, no matter what you do in life, whether it's being a mom or whether it's starting a new job or whether it's, just anything, you're always going to have ups and downs. And this business isn't like your normal 9 to 5 where you go there and you clock in every day and every Friday you get a paycheck. This is a completely different business structure, but it is the most rewarding business structure because you can compile 20 years at a desk job into 5 years or less if you put the time in. Now, obviously, insert Beachbody income disclaimer here, but this business is so rewarding. So I always say, what were you going to do with the next 5 years of your life anyway? You were going to work, you were going to try and make money. Why not put the time into something that's not only going to be so financially rewarding, but it's going to give you, physical health, fitness, and that will probably ripple into your family. So
there you go. And I tell you, if I were on the fence, you just got me off the fence. I'm so
good.
Well said. Okay, last question on advice. What's the best advice you've received regarding your personal business?
Gosh, my best advice, I would say, is to start personal development. I did not open up my first personal development book till almost a year into coaching, I think. Wow. And maybe it was a little bit under that, but I was just one of those people. I'm like, okay, what's the 4 vital? Well, at the time it was 3 vital behaviors, but I was like, what are they? Okay, well, I don't need the personal development one. Like, I'm not going to read books, so I can barely flip a page before I fall asleep with the kids. But I was told, do Go Pro by Eric Worre. And I was like, all right. And when I looked it up, I realized I could get the audio book. And I was like, audiobook, this is fantastic. That was it. I listened to him and I was like, oh my gosh, now I know why they say personal development. And sometimes I just cringe thinking that there's other new coaches out there that feel the same way I did. I felt like I could kill this business without personal development, but there are coaches that maybe are still struggling with gaining that confidence, and waiting 8 months to start personal development could be devastating to their career path. So starting that personal development ASAP, trusting the process, because guys, they don't tell us things for nothing. They don't give us these 4 vitals for nothing. There's a reason behind everything. So, listen to your sponsor, whatever they recommend for personal development, do it. And don't just do what everybody else is doing. Maybe, You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero isn't what you need. You need to find what it is that you need to help you with your business at that time. So one of my favorite books that I recommend is Failing Forward by John Maxwell. That's something that we could use like at all times, because there's always going to be that little bit of doubt that we have. But I'm actually listening to him right now. But once you listen to him, you go, oh man, I can totally do this. Like, there's been other people that have failed and I sound just like them, and they've also been successful. So why can't I? So personal development, absolutely. Get out, do it right now. Don't even wait.
Yeah, I could not agree more with that. I think we all fall into that trap of thinking, I don't need some guy motivating me. I got this. But it does wonders to you. It does wonders to your business. Perfectly well said. Okay, on to the speed round now. Candice, this is where I'm looking for short, sweet answers. We're going to go fast. On average, how much time do you spend working your business each day?
I would say about 3 hours a day.
Okay. And what's your average SC each month?
I average 10 to 20.
Okay. What percentage of time do you focus on your own business versus your team?
Gosh, I would say that's 50-50.
Okay, great. And what leadership ladder rung are you at right now?
Organizational leader.
Of course you are. Okay, guys, it's time for questions from a hat. Candice has no idea what the random question is. It makes no sense. Here we go. Candice. Ooh, this is good. If you could max out your credit card at any store, what store would you choose?
Saks Fifth Avenue.
Ooh, she's high end people. That's perfect. She knew that answer a lot faster than I thought she would. Guys, what an awesome round of What It Takes. Candice, thank you so much for joining us. Great advice. I love your passion. You're one of our top coaches. You do such a great job. Thank you for joining us today on What It Takes.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me.